Ebere Eze, we got to have a conversation about him. Because my fear is he going to be Arsenal's answer to Jack Grealish? And if you know, you know. I'm Ty Knight, let's go. So Ebere Eze has joined Arsenal at long last. Now, I've been one of his biggest fans. I've been one of his biggest supporters. I've been the one champion him saying that him coming to Arsenal is like Ian Wright joining Arsenal. That's how old I am. I remember the day of that happening. But when Jack Grealish was at Aston Villa, you got to hear me out on this point. This is just my opinion. And it's an opinion I want you to listen to. It's an opinion that I want you to get involved in. It's an opinion that may cause issues for me because it may make me sound like a hater more than a supporter. But that's why I need you guys to comment, like, subscribe, and share so others can get involved, not just you. But I want you to get involved. So Jack Grealish, when he was at Aston Villa, he was a big fish in a small pond. He was their star player. He stood out on everything that they'd done. Everything that was good by Aston Villa was because of Jack Grealish at the time when he was there. He would get the ball, drive the ball. He would win free kicks. He was constantly getting fouled. You looked at Jack Grealish and it was like, this guy is special. This guy is going places. This guy, if he goes to a big club, he will do big things. And so when he finally left Aston Villa for that ridiculous fee of 100 million, which was in his contract, and that's why Manchester City bought him. But Man City thought, we need someone like him. There's no one in our club that plays like Jack Grealish. There's no one in our club that drives the ball like Jack Grealish. Not our Bernardo Silva, not our Phil Foden, not our Kevin De Bruyne, who was there at the time. No one was doing what Jack Grealish was doing at Aston Villa. And that is what made Jack Grealish look exciting and thinking. Even I was thinking, God, if we had Jack Grealish at the club on the left-hand side, we would go places. That was the thought. But when Jack Grealish went to Manchester City in the end, it didn't work out. And why? Did Pep change him? Or was it just the fact of what he was producing at Aston Villa, he couldn't replicate at Man City? Big fish goes to an ocean. You're no longer a big fish. You're just a little guppy and you've got big sharks, big whales. You've got big mammals there who can eat you up if you don't show up. And that is what's happening in my thoughts now with Ebere Eze. Now, again, it's just my thoughts. It's just my opinion. I'm not hating on the guy. I want to support him. But his performances in the last, let's say, Premier League, we really look at this, hasn't been great. He's finally scored a goal in the Premier League against Crystal Palace over the weekend. Yes, he got a goal in the Carabao Cup as well. But for what we saw at Crystal Palace, is not translating to over at Arsenal. Now, it could be because it's a new system, a new style of play, a new set of players that he's got to get used to. But what doesn't need to change is the way he plays. The way he plays and what the attention that he brought on himself, which is Ebere Eze, was fantastic. The FA Cup final goal. And I was hoping that he would come over to Arsenal and actually demonstrate that again, but times 10. I was thinking he's going to come to a big club and just flourish and say, this is where I belong. This is what I'm all about. But we don't get those performances. We sometimes get a half-hearted performance from Ebere Eze, and that disappoints me a lot. There's nothing that he does where he takes a game by the scruff of the neck and says, I'm going to dominate this game. Martin Odegaard's not here. I will show you. I will carry this team to the promised land in his absence. But at the moment, it just feels like if Kai Havertz was here, it wouldn't be Jokeris's place that would be taken. It would be Ebere Eze. And I've got this feeling that when Odegaard is back, he's going to be back on his team very quickly, and Eze is going to be on his bench. He's going to be on the bench very quickly. It's like he's playing his way onto the bench. There's nothing that he's doing at this moment in time that you look at his performance and start saying, yo, this guy is the guy. This guy is the real deal. This guy is taking us places more than what Martin Odegaard wants. And that is what us Arsenal fans want. We want competition. We want to see great performances. Now, I know every week in, week out, it's not possible. There's no Messi's in this world no more. There's no Ronaldo's in this world. Those players don't really exist. They're just a myth. Yes, they are. They do exist. There's just two of them. But they're old and crony now. But with Ebere Eze, I do expect at least a 7 out of 10 every week. When you get to your 8 and your 9 performances, that's you taking over. But I would like just to see a steady performance. I would like to see him pick the ball up and drive at the heart of the opposition's defence. I would like to see him dominate and create step overs, something to make me go, that's the Eze I know. That's the Eze who was scoring more goals, making the assists, who was increasing his numbers week after week, season after season. That is why Arsenal went all in for him. But it doesn't look that way. It doesn't look that Eze is going to fulfill my fantasy. Now, I could be wrong. It's early days. It's only game week 9 that's just gone. I could be shooting before I need to. I could be just saying bullshit. So for swearing. But I could just be saying bull crap right now. I really truly could be. But that's why I need your help. That's why I need your thoughts. I need you to comment below to tell me, am I wrong or am I right? Am I going to be vindicated by saying he's just like Jack Grealish? Big fish comes into a big ocean. Or he's going to burst open very soon and he's going to dominate this season in the Premier League, let alone the Champions League, let alone the FA Cups, the Carabao Cups. He's going to show just who Ebere Eze is and why he's turned down Spurs to come home to Arsenal and rule the day. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. I'm Ty Knight. Like, subscribe, turn the notification on, hit the hype button so this show can go places. We need more subscribers. We need more comments. I need to hear from you. Have I gone too far? Ebere Eze could turn out to be Arsenal's Jack Grealish.